Welcome. It's so great to see your smiling faces. And that song is so perfect, Ben. Thank you. It's an absolute great kickoff to this, because my first quote for you today is one that I've used before, but I absolutely love it because I think the question that it embodies is so important for us all. And it's from Einstein. It says the most important question you can ever ask is the world a friendly place?
Yes.
Right? Is the world a friendly place? And that whole attitude sets the stage for so much. Because abundance doesn't happen in your life by chance. It is in direct relation to your prosperity mindset. Right? In other words, wealth, peace, health, happiness are all in direct correlation to what you think about this statement. And about what you think the universe, God, Spirit is up to. So check in with yourself. Do you think the world is a friendly place? Do you look for evidence of that? You know? If your mind is conditioned to structures of knowing that are in opposition to deciding that the world's a friendly place, you will find plenty of evidence for it. Now, structures of knowing, I'm going to touch base on again. We mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, and it's from Maria Nemeth in her book, The Energy of Money. And so structure of knowing is a mental model of how things work. It contains all thoughts, feelings, opinions, beliefs, attitudes, memories, body sensations, and points of view that surround our present view of something. It organizes everything we know about the world. So we all have structures of knowing. It's how we exist. And I like to think of structures of knowing as something along this line. Imagine that a structure of knowing was a pane of glass. And it sits between you and everything that you experience. All interactions with other people, all opportunities, all of life. And depending on what that piece of glass is made of, or what color it is, or how thick it is, or how riddled with imperfections it is, you will see the world and all of life obscured, either distorted by the color. I would like mine to be rose-colored, please. But yours may not be. It also maybe have flecks of imperfection that obscure what's really happening to you. And all of those imperfections, all of those colors, all of those tints, all of this texture, we have accumulated through our experience of living here on the planet. And unconsciously, we then see the entire world from this perspective. The quote attributed to Albert Einstein at the beginning, I have to tell you, is there's a lot of controversy around it. When I've quoted it before, I've gotten some pushback on it because it's not entirely sure that Albert Einstein said it in this way. But he did definitely say the universe doesn't play dice, meaning that there is an order and a logic to everything. And so if Einstein didn't say it, it's all right. It's absolutely all right for me, because I think it's absolutely true. And I'm going to use it this way. I'm going to say it. So now it's a quote of mine. The most important decision you can make is whether the universe is friendly or hostile. The mindset you choose will determine how you will experience your life.
Amen.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
If you determine that the world is hostile, you will find lots of evidence to back you up. I am sure of it. But if you determine that the world is a friendly place and that the universe is conspiring to fulfill your dreams and your goals, you will find plenty of evidence about that. So which one do you want? Which way do you want to live? My husband has this quote on his email signature line. I am paranoid in reverse. I believe people are conspiring to help me.
I like it.
And you'd be amazed how many people jump in to conspire to help him. He's remarkably successful, partly because it's who he is. He has always been a helping person. I often tell him, you make me feel like a slug, right? Because I can't keep up. He went off to do a speech at his undergrad college, and he was helping a friend who's who's recovering from his cancer surgery, and I'm like, and he's got our 2-year-old in tow, and he's doing all these things, and I'm like, okay, I can't keep up with the dishes in the sink, but that's okay. I'm choosing to do other things. So I love that line. It sets the tone for a lot of what JD says and does in his life. With that simple choice, with the simple choice to believe that the universe is conspiring for you and that it is a friendly place, you can create amazing things in your life. You can set your mind to it and accomplish things that other people wouldn't dare, just because of the mindset you choose. If you believe that people are out to help you, you will find them. If you believe that it is possible, it will be done. It will be done. As Paul Hasselbeck, one of our favorite teachers around here, Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, coined the phrase, faith it till you make it. So until you are that thing, just hold a place of faith that you can achieve it, and it will become true. There are steps, though. There are steps that you can take along the way. If you're not 100% there right now, and I am never, always 100% there, and I have to remind myself, during the course of my life, as negative thinking and as just erratic thoughts, as life happens, as life creeps up, if I'm not diligent about clearing the palate, I find myself, oh my God, I've taken on a new negative belief. I've taken on this new idea that something is difficult or hard. So what I do is to constantly scan my mind, scan my thoughts for negative thinking. And it's a simple way to do it, right? All you have to do is sit still for a couple minutes. Just sit for 5 or 10 minutes and just notice what you're thinking. Don't do anything. Don't try and change the thought. Don't engage with the thought. Just notice the thoughts going by in your mind as if they were a train heading out of town. And just go, oh look, I'm thinking about daffodils. Oh look, I'm thinking about the children of Syria. Oh look, I'm thinking about the dishes in the sink. Oh look, I'm thinking about what that other person should be doing. Aren't I funny? One of the things that you may notice when you're doing this is that you're not your thoughts. If you can sit there and observe your thoughts, they're not you. But what happens frequently, let me backtrack on that a little bit. When you sit for 5 or 10 minutes and just observe your thoughts without any other interaction with them, that is meditating. Okay? A lot of people have this idea that to meditate you have to just think one thought, repeat an affirmation, just have to be present, you have to be in this perfect bliss state. And I don't know about you, but not many of us achieve the perfect bliss state all the time in our meditations. Partly, being mindful just means sitting and observing the random thoughts that may cross your mind. What happens so frequently is that we attach ourselves to a thought. We attach ourselves to an idea and we repeat it over and over again. We take it on as a belief by constant repetition as if it were our mantra. Right? I am tired. I am tired. I am tired. Becomes a belief system that you live your whole life in. But when you can observe it and notice, oh, is that true? To use the Byron Katie word. Is that really true? Is that absolutely true that I'm tired? You may answer yes or no, but it gives you an opportunity to take conscious control of the situation, to inject choice into the mix. So if I'm feeling like I need to rest, you might then say, hey, I'm choosing to rest right now so that I can be at my best, rather than saying I'm tired, right? Rather than affirming the negative, you choose to step into the positive. Or if the thought that you're engaging with constantly is something along the lines that frequently I have to check myself from is there's not enough time, right? There's not enough time. And I find myself having to backtrack and go, huh, is that true? Is that so? Right? And to go, okay, so there's 24 hours in the day. How do I want to apportion those 24 hours? Do I want to spend 10 minutes with my child, right, in real interaction, so then I can get up and then go and do my work? One of the classes I'm taking right now, what's really helping me, is this class that just started last week. It's called Positive Discipline. And it's written by a psychologist talking about the raising of children. So helpful. One of the suggestions in it is just to do that. Just spend 10 minutes with your child in one-on-one FaceTime. To sit down on the ground with them and put them in charge. Right? Give them 10 minutes and set the timer on your phone, on your clock, or on the stove, and say, this is 10 minutes that I'm giving to you. And they get to make up all the rules. Right? As long as they're safe, they can do anything. And you follow them. And that 10 minutes of real interaction is worth hours and hours of good behavior. That has so fed me too, because my little kid gets to enjoy and play and be that age again and gets to be healed. Those kind of interactions make a difference in your life. One of the other things that's so funny, like learning it for my children so that I can learn it in the rest of my life, is the teacher said last week, one of the things you need to do is just name the problem. And I said, excuse me? She goes, well, if you're in a conflict with your child, you name the problem. You say, so I want you to eat your dinner before you have dessert, and you want to have dessert now. What are some of the solutions that we could work out to make everybody happy, right? And then you name them. What if you got to hold your dessert until you finish your dinner? What if I put it up on this shelf right here, and that we can watch it and see it until dinner is finished, and then we can eat it? And I was like, so I tried this at home this week. Let me tell you, it works. It's amazing. It's amazing because the child doesn't feel like they're being talked to and ordered around, but they have some choice in the matter. So what if we applied that to everything in our life? What if we applied that to our boss at work? Right? To walk up to your boss and say, hey, so I think we have a problem here. Right? I want this, and I see you want this for your structure. What are some of the ways that we can both get our needs met? What if we applied those simple principles to understanding that they want to conspire for our highest good? They want what we want, if we only search for it, rather than casting all those others, our children, our boss, our spouses, our relatives, as the enemy. So noticing what you're thinking allows you the opportunity to see it another way. As Reverend Deanne has talked to us about before, so you have to decide whether you want to be Tigger or Eeyore. Right? Whether you want to go through life saying, oh, what's the use? It's impossible. Nothing ever works out for me. I'm not going to get my way. And then complain because no one will be your friend. Well, would you want to be around that person? A Tigger literally bounces through life on its tail. Now, I will give you, Tigger can be equally as annoying. For some of us, and I've been both of those people, right? I have been on every edge of that spectrum, constantly annoying because I'm too upbeat or too depressed to see the sun that is always shining. But we get to choose. We get to consciously choose and spend more time in something that we think might actually serve us and therefore serve the world. Because you are powerful. The patterns you hold in your mind, will literally create your world. Say that again. You are powerful. The thoughts you think, the patterns you hold will literally create your world. So what is it that you want to do? Do you want to think that there's not enough? Do you want to think that it's hard to be wealthy? Do you want to think that it's hard to live this life? Or do you want to believe that people are conspiring for your own good? I want to be really clear. You don't get to decide what hand you're dealt. Right? Life sometimes does just happen. But you do get to decide how you're going to play that hand. You get to decide whether you're going to be all in for it, you're going to trade some cards, whether you're going to sit this round out, or whether you're going to go for it. And how you decide to play that hand will make all the difference. Sitting there and complaining about the hand you're dealt won't. But playing the hand to the best of your ability will set you up for success. The universe listens to what you think. What's that? The universe, the impersonal universe, listens to what you think? Yes. The universe, spirit, mind, is responding to your vibrations, is responding to your energy, and will provide you more of what you hold in your mind. Here's the thing though, it doesn't care what you think. You can be relentlessly pessimistic or relentlessly optimistic, and it will continue to provide you whatever you are holding in your mind. So the way to create is to create a vacuum. To let go of what you no longer need, or what you no longer want to hold in consciousness. And for some of them it's easy, right? If you're holding a thought, or you see a thought cross your mind that is lack, that is limited, it's really easy to say, no thanks. I won't take that one today, right? I don't know about you, but have any of you ever thought, oh, I could just die? Well, thank God the universe doesn't listen to those thoughts, right? Because I'm still standing here. But it's an exaggeration of something else that's going on in your mind. What the universe will respond to is your beliefs. Those thoughts that you hold in mind consistently, and with energy and with passion. And you can hold negative or positive thoughts with passion. A lot of times we say here, your thoughts create your reality. I take a slightly different take on that. I think your beliefs create your reality. And beliefs, to me, are crystallized thoughts. Those thoughts that we consistently affirm and repeat over and over again till they become hardened in our consciousness. So, if it's a belief that you're needing to let go, attending the Byron Katie workshop would be a great way to help loosen up some of that, help let it go. And it boils down to 4 simple steps. Asking yourself, is it true? Is it absolutely true? Noticing how you behave when you believe the thought is true. So noticing how I behave when I believe there's not enough time is that I get tense, irritable, I rush around, and I make mistakes. And then I have to ask myself, so is that helpful? Is that creating more time? And then imagining what it would be like if I didn't believe that thought, that there's not enough time. If I didn't believe, when I don't believe that thought that there's not enough time, I sit in meditation. I sit with my children. I have a cup of coffee without doing anything else while I'm having the cup of coffee. I stand and I talk to friends. I call my mom. I do all the things that really feed my soul. What's your choice today? What's your choice of how you want to create the space to clear the thoughts? Often, and I've talked about this before, when I have created some space in my life, when I've gotten rid of some things that I don't need, I've had my greatest successes. One of them was a relationship. Right? When I was with someone who wasn't supportive of my career, it was a horrible breakup. I did it really wrong. I was really young. No one should be in relationships in their 20s. But anyway, for myself, I was a mess. And I did it really wrong. And once the relationship broke up, my career took off. Right? I started getting jobs because I was in that pattern. It wasn't him. It was me in that pattern. When I gave up drinking, my business took off. All of a sudden, I had time for other things. I got involved in church. I found my husband. I became a minister because I had let go of things and made room for what I really needed and wanted to be. And then, what I've often talked to you about too is, if you're looking for a romantic or special relationship in your life, is there room in that person, for that person in your life? If they wanted to spend the night, is there an extra chest of drawers, a drawer that they could put their stuff in? Is there a shelf in the medicine cabinet where they could put their toiletries so they could brush their teeth in the morning? It's hard in San Francisco. I get it. I get it, right? But I lived in New York City and did that, and cleared out space and made the room, the physical room in my life for what I said I wanted. And then it appeared. So create a vacuum to receive. And then to build your future, once you've cleared out the space, to make sure that you're building your future with affirmations, right? And there's lots of books, there's lots of ways to build them. Laura's going to teach the course on You Can Heal Your Life, which has been an amazing book for mine. It's the reason I'm standing here, is Louise Hay. So if you haven't read Louise Hay, the book's up front. I can't say enough good stuff about it. But my take on how to build affirmations boils down to this. Start with I am. I am powerful and kind. I am serene and present. I am whole and complete. To be able to say that to yourself is an important step in your healing. And let me say it this way too. Affirmations should be a challenge to your encrusted belief system. So if you can't say, I am powerful and kind because it sticks in you, yay, break it up by saying it. I am powerful and kind, and watch all the resistance to your statements. Let's try it. I am powerful and kind. Now sit up straight when you say that. I am powerful and kind. Oh, you certainly are. I can see that. I can see it clearly in every one of you. Can you know that for yourself? Can you affirm it on a daily basis? Affirmations should be positive, right? They should be relentlessly positive. They shouldn't be about the negative. So if you say, I am wealthy, right? I am wealthy. Now, you may have trouble saying it, but say it positively. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. So if you're having trouble believing that, remember this. All of you sitting here are, no matter what your economic status is, are more wealthy than most of the people on the planet. Amen. Right? You're more wealthy than the majority of the people on the planet. And even if it's not about financial wealth, wealth originally the word meant hope. Well-being, right? Well-being. So, I am wealthy. I am part of my own well-being. Can you know that you're wealthy in your relationships? Can you know that you're wealthy in your community? Can you know that you have a wealth of talent? Can you know that you have a wealth of love? There is only love. I am wealthy. Look at the air around you. I am wealthy. Look at the city you live in. I am wealthy. Look at the country we inhabit. Look at the community we sit in. Look at the music we get to listen to every week. I am incredibly blessed. To remain positive is to embody that and to step into your Tiggerness. They should be present tense, right? So they should be, I am now. I am whole. I am whole. Sometimes we will often inject, I am becoming whole. And while that's a great statement, and it is positive, it is always in the future. So your wholeness will always be somewhere out there. Tomorrow, the next day, the next week, the next year. And often what we do too is interject, I will. I will be wealthy. I will have all that I want. And again, your will is what becomes reality. And will is always tomorrow. Right? I am. And then the last part of it for me is that they have to be grounded in truth. So while I'm asking you to be positive and be present tense and to say these statements with assuredness, there has to be a part of you, a small part, a sliver a mustard seed, again, is all you need to know that that statement is true. And that will shake up the encrusted beliefs that you've taken on and allow your life to live, to be magnificent, to be beyond your wildest dreams. All of this leads you to your power. And affirmations can be written. I used to sit on the subway in New York City writing out my affirmation. I am a successful Broadway dancer earning a great salary! Exclamation point. Over and over and over again, like the good Catholic schoolboy I was. So my notebook was filled with them. Well, I was dancing on Broadway. The dance studio I took classes at Daigle was on Broadway. So I believed it. And I was making a good salary. But I was making a good salary in catering. And I wanted to shift it. I wanted to shift the channel of my good, not the source. Because the source of my good is the one, the universe. The universe is always supporting me. Now, that's both a powerful affirmation and a statement of truth. The universe is always supporting me. It's giving me the air, the light, the energy, the food, the very substance I need, the gravity that holds me to this planet. The universe is always supporting me. When you can say that, when you can affirm and know that the universe is always supporting me, you can step out and do things in faith. That faith, the size of a mustard seed. So write your affirmations. Write them everywhere. And then speak them. As I mentioned earlier, we often say, I am tired, I'm worn out, I don't have enough. But if you shift those statements to say, I'm going to take care of myself and go rest. I am going to maximize what I have to make the most of what I want to do. You choose to reinterpret everything you say into that positive light and be conscious of what's coming out of your mouth. You will be the change. You are then the change that you wish to see in the world. Our prosperity mindset, our positive mindset, is something that truly has taken hold in this world. Right? We started, when Unity started in the 1800s, this was a radical concept. It was before anyone had even proven the placebo theory about pills, because there were no pills at the time. There were snake oil salesmen selling you bottles of elixir, but there was no science. Today we know that as we think, as we believe, so we create. And so with a positive mindset, let's stand up to who we are. Take this to our time of meditation and shift the world from lack to abundance. Shift our being from not enough to overflow.